Hello besties! It has been a minute since I've done a ranking. I used to do this video, I think almost every year, but then I kind of low-key fell off on it. But you guys know I love a good palette ranking. So I thought for today's video, I would rank my top 10 spring palettes and my top 10 summer palettes. So grab a snack, bestie, grab a drink because we're about to go over 20 palettes. Okay, so just in case you guys are asking what I'm wearing my eyes, I am wearing the new Bella Beauté bar. This is going to be the Yin Yang palette in collaboration with Freya. I just got done filming a full Chatty Get Ready With Me. It's already live on my channel. If you guys do want to check it out, I have it linked down below. But I am obsessed with this look. So we're going to dive into ranking my top 10 or my top 20 spring and summer palettes. I love doing this because it just allows me to kind of revisit some palettes I may have forgotten about and get inspired to wear all spring and summer long. Even though I know I'm in Florida, so we're pretty much in summer season at this point because the weather is like up in the 90s at this point. It's still, I think, spring until like the next week or so, then it's classified as summer. But you know, we're going to have fun. So coming in, I guess at number 20, because I'm going to do 20 palettes as a whole, we're going to start off with spring, so the top 10 spring, and then going to summer. We're going to start off just as a whole number. Coming in at number 20 when it comes to spring, we're going to have Lethal Cosmetics. This is going to be the Black Spring palette. Now, of course, since it has spring in the name, we definitely have to utilize this palette today. Now, what I really love about this is that they did a play on spring. They wanted to kind of show the dead and the rot and just the decay before it blooms into something beautiful and ethereal and spring-like. And I really do love the vision that they had here, because the fact that like, I don't really get spring here the way that other places do, right? Like a lot of other places get spring, summer, winter, and fall. We don't get that here. We just get wet and dry. So mostly during our winter season, it usually occurs in January up until March. You do see a lot of like dead trees and just a lot of like gloom. And in other places, it's kind of like the same way with the winter. A lot of you guys have snow, but you guys do see where trees become barren and just kind of dull and not really full of life before spring hits in April and things start to bloom and come back together. And that's what this palette is right here. I think it's really pretty, a nice little play on it. I do really enjoy the colors. When I think of spring, I do think of like lavenders and lilac and pinks and pastels and baby blues and yellows and just really either bright, bold colors or very like soft Easter style colors where it's just very pastel-y. Do you know what I mean? Like that's kind of like what I envision when it comes to spring. And that's kind of what you see right here. So that is why at number 20, we do have the Lethal Cosmetics. We have the Black Spring palette. Coming at number 19, we have the Odin's Eye Spring Alpha palette right here. Now, when I look at this color story, it does have some key elements of spring, you know, with like those lighter lavenders and baby pinks and baby blues. But like, and like the butterflies and blooming and flowers are all spring to me. I just don't necessarily get truly inspired with this one, but it is a little bit higher because again, it is a spring palette. You are going to have like those, like I said, those light pinks, those light pinks, those lavenders, the lilacs, the light blues. So you're going to have those kind of, you know, pastel colors in here, which are really beautiful. They do have all like the spring sayings, like blooming and growing and flower and fragrant and joyous and springtime. So they are trying to hit the marks of spring, but definitely not my most favorite. So coming at number 19, we do have the Spring Alpha palette from Odin's Eye. When I think of spring, I do think of growth and life coming back to nature. And I think a lot of green. And that is why at number 18, we do have the Green Goddess palette from Bella Beauté bar. Now, this is going to be a little bit more muted, not necessarily as bold, bright spring colors, but you are going to have spring elements in here because you have life coming back to the grass, to the trees, to the bushes, to the animals. Like life is kind of coming back together again. And that's kind of what you see right here with everything being all peaceful and Mother Nature and just very, very much plant-based. And to me, it comes off as growth. And you do have some of those like minty shades in here, and you do have some more like, you have those minty shades in here, a little bit more of the cool tone. I do also look for when it comes to a spring palette. But when I look at it, I do get inspired. I do want to create a really spring vibe look. You have like Earth Mother, tranquil, renewal, growth, balance, lush, You have fertility, rebirth, everything that kind of comes with spring. So I know a lot of animals tend to give birth during the springtime. So that's kind of like what you see right here. And Mother Nature is kind of blooming and coming back to life. And that's what spring is all about. So that is why at number 18, we do have the Bella Beauté Bar Green Goddess palette. Coming in at number 17, this one is a very unique take on spring, but we do have the Gourmand Girls. This is going to be the Apparition palette. Now this was their version of like a haunted, spooky spring palette. So you're going to have life blooming in here along with ghosts. Now I love the color story. Now the color story very much screams spring to me. You're gonna have those again, the light blues, light pinks, the light purples, like blues, like pinks, like purples, like greens. Very fun time on like a play on like a spooky spring palette. Something that you don't really ever see. Like you never see brands do like a spooky spring palette. Usually like a spooky Halloween palette. Never really spring forward. And I love the fact that that's what this was. Even though the names in here are so far from spring, it's the color story and it's the concept. It's them trying to bring life to spring and kind of bring that spooky element, which I really did enjoy. So that is why at number 17, we do have the Gourmand Girls Apparition palette. Coming in at number 16, we do have the Heather Austin collaboration with Odin's Eye. Now, first off, look at the butterflies. I always think butterflies, I think of spring, right? Of all them coming out of their cocoon and coming from a caterpillar to the butterfly. And I think the color story is also really beautiful as well. She did pick some really bright, bold, vibrant colors, just like the flowers blooming. Like I see like bloom and growth in this palette. I love the shades that she picked. Very, very spring-like to me, especially whenever I go to Flower and Garden over at Epcot. They do a lot of colors like this, just very bright, springtime, bright reds, yellows, greens, purples, blues, really just trying to show life back in the plants. And I see that with this. And I see a lot of butterflies over there, and that's kind of what I get with this. And I know that's what she was kind of recreating. She was creating like a summer, she was recreating like a butterfly spring style collection. I think she did a really good job. So coming at number 16, we do have the Heather Austin collab with Odin's Eye. Coming in at number 15, we do have the Trapped palette from Gourmand Girls. Now, the reason why I put this one in here is look at the color story. I see spring. I see spring. Now this is all about, well, not necessarily about like spring, but the colors of the greens, the purples, the pinks, and like the vibrant, the greens, the vibrant greens, the deep greens, the purples, the pinks. Like I just see like spring when I look at this. Like it's a plant-based palette. I think this is actually their Halloween inspired palette, but I don't see Halloween with this. This is spring. I do not see Halloween with this whatsoever. And that's just what they were trying to do with this, but I totally see spring. I think that the color story is absolutely gorgeous and something that I would definitely gravitate to during the spring season. I would do a lot of greens, I would do a lot of pinks, and I would do a lot of purples, and you definitely get that with this palette. So that is why at number 15, we do have the Trap palette from Gourmand Girls. Coming in at number 14, we do have the Nomad Cosmetics. This is going to be their France. This is going to be this will be the France palette. Now this is all inspired about like lavender feels. Now inside here, you are definitely going to have bees. You're going to have the beautiful yellows, the pinks, and the lavenders. And what I also love the fact is that there are a lot of bees. Now bees are very, very, very vital to, are very vital to nature, and they are definitely very present during the spring season because they're pollinating the flowers and they're just kind of spreading it along the fields. I absolutely love bees. I know they're so vital. And that's what this is about right here. This is about growth, and like the color story of this is definitely springtime. I believe this actually did come out in time for spring when they did launch this. This is the new revamped version. They did have an older version, but they did revamp their formula to be their new formula. And I have to say it's really, really beautiful. And I just love this color story. I love those yellows, those lavenders, the baby pinks, and that PG shade right there. It's really pretty. Definitely perfect in time for the spring season. Definitely hits the spring colors right here. And I think them representing these is just also a little added notch that I love. So that is why at number 14, we do have the Paris palette we have the French palette from Nomad. Coming at number 13, we do have the Unearthly Cosmetics. This is going to be the Spring Magic palette. This was their spring palette. Now, I love the color story in here. I think the color story in here is absolutely beautiful. You're going to have those blues, those greens, those pinks, those peaches, and everything about this screams spring, from clouds to breezy, healer, thaw, dragonfly, herbals, sprout, Cleanse, Sunshine, Warmth, Flourish, Lush, Blossom, Mystic. Like a lot of these shades names in here do also kind of go along with the spring theme. I just think the color story is absolutely beautiful. I really love what Unearthly did here when it came to their spring palette, because normally they're notorious for creating like really fun, unique, like Halloween and like vampy style palettes, and they created something very beautiful, very ethereal for them, and I thought they did a beautiful job with this, and I think they really did hit the nail on the coffin when it comes to a spring inspired palette. I absolutely love playing this during the springtime, and I get really inspired with this one. So that is why at number 13, we do have the Unearthly Cosmetics Spring Magic Palette. Now, when I think of spring, I do think of fields of flowers. Flowers blooming in all directions, lavender, just a beautiful, bright, vibrant garden, right? So that is why at number 12, we do have the Simply Posh Cosmetics. This is going to be the Lavender Fields palette. Now, this to me is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Now you are going to have a little bit more of the deeper tones in here, but I love the fact that this is going to be their version of a spring palette. Everything in here is also spring, like is spring inspired. You're going to have soothing, pasture, blossom, fragrant, lavender, therapeutic, serenity, sweet aroma, graceful, fields, landscape, scenic, picturesque, like everything that kind of also reminds you of a beautiful lavender field in this palette. I don't know if lavenders bloom during springtime. I would assume they do. I know sunflowers are like fall, but like maybe lavender is spring. I don't know. I just get really inspired, especially with like this little quadrant right here to get a really fun blooming like springtime look. I really do love this palette. I think they did such a beautiful job with this one. This was so fun, and this is one that I've definitely gravitated to a few times off camera for springtime looks. So that is why number 12, we do have the Lavender Fields palette from Simply Posh Cosmetics. And coming in at number 11, or like my number 1 spring palette, we are going to have the Flora Story palette. This is from A Makeup Just for Fun, Amanda, in collaboration with Odin's Eye. This to me is just exactly what I'm looking for spring. I don't know why. I love that cool tone and muted color story with the lavenders, the mints, and those purples. It is just so beautiful. Everything in here to me is all about spring and florals and just kind of coming to life. I think I rated this number 1 for spring every single time. I just want to wear this all spring season. I want to wear those mints. I want to wear those lavenders. I want to wear those purples. I want to wear those greens. I just really love those color stories for the springtime. I don't know why. I just think this is such a beautiful, beautiful palette. I think she did such a beautiful job with this. I don't think she intended this to be a spring palette. I think she intended this more to be like legit a flower palette. But to me, when I think of flowers, I think of spring. And I just really, really love this. I think she did such a beautiful job, and it's one of my favorite spring palettes. So that is why number 11, we do have the Makeup Just for Fun collaboration with Odin's Eye, the Flora Story palette. Now, seeing as how spring is just not really present here in Florida, we don't really get springtime. We get summertime. Summertime, I absolutely love, because when it's the summertime, I'm at like Typhoon Lagoon. I'm at like the water parks. I'm at the beach. I'm at the pool. I'm drinking pina coladas with a Midori floater. I have a book in my hand. I'm listening to the waves. I just love being outdoors so much, especially during the summer season. There's something about it that to me is just like my childhood, okay? I was born here in Florida. I'm a native Floridian, and I love doing everything and anything outdoors. I love being outside during the summer season. The heat does not bother me. When it's 98 degrees outside, that does not faze me at all. Like, I really do love the heat. So for me, summer is incredible. Now, fall will always be my favorite time of year, but I think right afterwards, I do love summer because it just reminds me of just being outdoors as a kid, or do my favorite activities of being at the water parks with a drink in hand, going on the water slide, reading my book, listening to the water, and just truly relaxing. That is what I get when I think of that. Is what I do during the summer season, and I cannot wait to start doing that again. And once this move is over, I can finally start getting into my summer activities. So whenever I think of summer palettes, I really get kind of anal. When I think of summer, I think of beach and I think of water. For blue, yellow, tan, beachy style colors, like just being at the ocean, being at the beach, being like a mermaid. Like, I'm thinking like those color stories. So that's what I'm gonna have right behind me. We're gonna dive into to our top 10 summer palettes. So coming in at number 10, and the only reason why it's at number 10 is because it still is a beach palette. This is the Beach Dreaming palette from ColourPop. This is their Lilo and Stitch collab. Now, I will say the color story on the inside, and this is why it's very low, is very spring-like. It's very spring-like. I don't really see summer fully with this. I see spring. So I wanted to put this towards the end because this is like the spring transitioning into summer. So this would be like an April palette for me. Maybe the beginning of May palette, because our summer really starting to kick off towards the middle of May. So that's what I'm kind of getting with this. Now, this is supposed to be like a beach-inspired palette, and I do have a lot of beach names of like Golden Sand, Waves All Day, Island Time, No Bad Days. Like they do have like elements of beach and it's supposed to be like a beach palette. So that's why it's still being ranked in the summer one, but it definitely is a lot lower because it doesn't really hit the marks of what I'm looking for when it comes to a beach palette. So it is a beach style summer palette, but for me, more so the spring side. So that is why at number 10, we do have the Beach Dreaming Lilo and Stitch collaboration with ColourPop. Coming in at number 9, we do have the Glamlight Barbie collaboration. Now this is called the Dream Summer Palette. So of course we had to put this in here because this is a summer palette and this is also a beach palette. Now the color story definitely has a little bit more of those deeper tones, but you can still get those beach elements. So first off, you have the beautiful Barbies in bikinis, and you open this up and you're gonna have some pretty deep shades right here. I don't know why mine are all doing that. A lot of my older Glamlight palettes are starting to do that. I don't know if it's glue or what that is, but do you notice that? Like, I don't know what that is. It's still safe to use, but it's very interesting. And also, by the way, besties, I did buy the new Barbie collection. Glamlight reached out to me twice saying they're sending it to me in PR. They never did. I bought it myself. So whenever I do my review next week, just know I paid for it. They did not send it. I don't care. If you don't want to send it to me, just stop gaslighting me saying that you are. So either way, anyway. So we have the Dream palette right here. And I will say I do really love this palette for summer because the fact that this is, to me, is the beach. This is the beach right here. And this is more like the coral underwater ocean. So beach, ocean, beach, under the coral. That's kind of what I get right here. A lot of beach themes are in here too, from like the shade names to some of the color stories. Really fun, really fun palette to play with during the summer season, especially because it's like a Barbie outdoors dream summer palette, and I really did enjoy playing with this one. So that is why number 9, we do have the Barbie Dream Summer palette. And at number 8, this is a two-parter. Whenever I think of summer, I think of being on a cruise, and that is what this collection reminds me of. So we have the brand new, we have the Nomad Cosmetics cruise collection right here. Now this is a 2-for-1 because I do kind of correlate these palettes together because like they're 2 separate palettes, but I put them together. This is going to be their cruise collection. You're going to have the Coastal Cruise and then the Aurora Cruise. Now the Aurora Cruise is going to be all of their shimmer palettes. Now when I think of summer, I think of being on the cruise, and while the colors in here don't necessarily scream summer, it does scream like, it doesn't like to scream summer. I could still make really fun, bright pops of color for the summer season with this. And because it's cruise, I still want to implement this in here. Really fun. They have really fun shade names in here as well that definitely kind of correlate with summer. You have like Golden Hour, Sea Glass, Shimmering Pearl, Mermaid's Tail, Summer Spritz, Sparkling Sunset, Tidal Waves, Ocean's Crown. So definitely kind of more correlate with the ocean. And again, I do associate the ocean with summer. So I do think it's a really pretty palette, but I do have to also put it with the Coastal one because this is gonna be a really cool tone muted color story. Now this right here is absolutely beautiful, and for me you can do some sort of like summer shades with this with more of the cool tone, but you have to mix it with the shimmer in my opinion. So definitely really pretty color stories. I really like the unique vibe they did. I can see a little bit of the sand, a little bit of the ocean with this, but definitely kind of mixing it together, really kind of bring it all together. So that is why at number 8 we do have the Nomad Cosmetics Cruise Collection. Coming in at number 7, when you guys think of summer, you guys think, I'm sure, of ice cream, of getting ice cream on a hot summer day. Everybody loves getting ice creams and milkshakes. And for me, I cannot enjoy that because I can't have dairy. But I do love seeing like my husband get ice cream, especially on like, I'm not kidding, on a hot summer day, he'll get Dippin' Dots right in front of me at the water parks. And I just stare at him like, what's that like? But I do associate ice cream with the summer season. So that is why at number 7, we do have the Glamlight. This is going to be the ice cream palette. First off, I miss them doing packaging like this. This was so unique back in the day. A lot of brands didn't do that, and they still don't really do that. And I really wish Glamlight would implement this again. But the reason why this is coming in at number 7 is because I love the color story. Now the color story in this one, for me, I feel like I can use it in different ways. I feel like I could use it for fall, and I could also use it for summer, because you're going to have, like, for me, the more fall tones up at the top, right? A little bit more of the fall tones, but then you're going to have a little bit of the summer and the spring. To me, it's a very, like, kind of like universal palette. You can definitely utilize it from a lot. So you have the very bright, bold spring colors, summer colors, fall colors. I love it. I think it's really beautiful. I think they did a really good job with this. This is meant to just be an ice cream palette, but I see so much of spring, summer, and fall with this palette right here. So you do fall, summer, spring. I don't know. You could definitely use it for so much. And I just really love playing with this palette, especially during the spring, summer season. I get really inspired. I definitely want to play with this palette a lot during the spring, summer season, particularly the summer, just because it's like an ice cream. And I don't know, it offers a variety of shades in here that I could definitely utilize during this summer season. So that is why at number 7, we do have the Glamlight Ice Cream Palette. Coming in at number 6, we do have the Summer Alva palette from Odin's Eye. Now this right here is a really pretty palette. I don't necessarily see summer fully with this. They put a lot of blues, and I guess you can associate blue with summer, like the summer sky. And they did a lot of like blue, like summer sayings. But there's a little bit of oranges in here, which I guess I could see a little bit with summer, but not fully. I don't fully see summer in it, but I know it's meant to be a summer palette. I guess you can do, there's a lot of fun blue-brown looks during the summer season. I guess like beach and sand, or however you want to correlate it as. But it's a really pretty palette, so it's why it's still going to be featured in here, especially because it does say summer. But not my most favorite, but definitely hits some of those key notes when it comes to at least the shade names and some of the shades in here, but not my favorite. So that is why at number 6, we do have the Summer Alba palette from Odin's Eye. Coming in at number 5, we do have the Question Beauty. This is going to be the Land and Sea palette. Now, the reason why I put this in here for summer is because I have used this a lot during the summer season last year. I see a little bit of like the ocean and then the beach. There's something about the shades right here that I can definitely use for both. You have those beautiful blues and those greens and those browns. Definitely some shades I do correlate with the summer season because I love to do a blue look during the summer. I love to implement some of the browns and like some of the greens. So like for me, this is supposed to be like a land and sea, and I just see like definitely summertime in this. I could see, like I said, the beginning of the beach with the ocean right there, and I think it's a really beautiful palette. I know they have an ocean palette that I did not show on camera to you guys, but they are launching a volume 4, which I'm going to go ahead and buy myself whenever that does launch. But I do think this is really pretty. I really enjoy playing with this. I love the shades in here, and I definitely cannot wait to see what they have to offer next. Like right now, this is coming off green on camera, but this is definitely shifting to blue, and it's actually really beautiful. So for me, at number 5, I really do enjoy playing with this during the summer season because I just love those bright blues and those bright greens and a little bit of like that this tan shades right here that just remind me of the beach. So coming at number 5, we do have the Question Beauty Land and Sea Volume 1 palette. Coming in at number 4, we do have the Bella Beauté bar. This is gonna be the Ocean Jewel palette. Like I said, when I think of summer, I do think of the ocean, and I also think of mermaids. And tell me this is not the prettiest freaking like mermaid ocean palette you've ever seen. Like this is so freaking beautiful. I love playing with this during the summertime because I just want to be a mermaid. I want to play mermaids, Pretty Little Mermaids, if you guys ever heard of that game. I'm going to play that. When I look at this, I just see the ocean, I see the jewels, and I see the mermaids, and I see the beach, and I just want to be in the ocean. I want to be like in the deep ocean. This makes me want to go like deep sea fishing, or just being on a boat and just being out in deep water. Like that's what I want to do when I see this palette. This is such an inspiration for me. It's so damn beautiful. I love the shades in here. You have a little bit of those like more of like those neon shades followed by those deeper shades in here, and they're so beautiful. They work so well together, and I just truly see like a mermaid-esque vibe when I look at this palette. I think it is officially back in stock. I know it sold out for a long time, but I believe it's officially back, and this is still one of my favorite Bella Beauté bars ever. It's one of the prettiest palettes I think I've ever seen from them, and I just absolutely love this color story so much. And like I said, I literally played with this all summer long last year, and I'm going to do the same thing this year because it's just truly so damn beautiful. So coming in at number 4, we do have the Ocean Jewel palette from Bella Beauté bar. Coming in at number 3, when you guys think of the summer, I'm sure you guys think of like tropical vacations, or being on a tropical island, or traveling to really beautiful places like the Maldives or Tahiti or Fiji and all those different places. So that's what I think of during the summer season. So when I think of this palette, I think of summer, and it's gonna be the Nomad Cosmetics. It's gonna be the Paradise Island palette. Now this is gonna be based upon Tahiti, and I absolutely love this. First off, look at the outside packaging. Does that not scream summer to you? Like I feel like this definitely screams summer to me. And the colors from the inside is just so bright and colorful. Very bright and colorful. Now you could definitely use this for the spring season as well because of how bright and colorful the shades are, but to me it's just so bright, so colorful, and I absolutely loved playing this palette during the spring season. Even on the inside you have a little bit of like the underwater ocean coral, which I think is so pretty, but I just really enjoyed this color scheme. I really enjoyed playing this during the summer season. It's very inspiring for me with like the flowers, the sun, the turtles, the beach, just like everything about this reminds me of being on a tropical paradise vacation. And one place I would really love to see, and I get really inspired in the summer season. I come back to this one every single time. So that is why at number 3 we do have the Paradise Island palette from Nomad Cosmetics. And at number 2, I just got this palette in PR, but when I started playing with this, I thought it was a summer palette, and it's once again another Nomad palette, and this is gonna be the Greek Odyssey palette. Now I have never been to Greece, but I know Greece is absolutely beautiful, and when I think of this color story, I see summer. I see summer. I see those bright blues, those golden shades, those greens. And something about this just makes me want to go to like Santorini or go to Greece during the summer season and have a beautiful cocktail in hand and seeing just this beautiful country, beautiful history it has to show us. I think it's absolutely stunning. And there's something about those bright blues that just reminds me of being on a yacht or being on a boat, right? Being on the boat in the Mediterranean, just like looking at just Greece and just seeing how beautiful it truly is. And something about it just makes me want to go during the summer season. I don't know why. It looks absolutely stunning, and and I feel like that's exactly what you get with this right here. You get to see how beautiful this palette is, and I can definitely see myself picking this up all summer season just because I love those bright blues and I love those golden shades. Really fun shades to play with during the summer season. It's what I see when I look at this. So that is why at number 2, we do have the Greek Odyssey palette from Nomad Cosmetics. Number 1, we do have a new palette entering the roster today, and it's going to be the Simply Posh Down to Earth palette. First off, look at the little palm trees. When you're in Florida, palm trees are everywhere. Palm trees are literally everywhere, even not just at the beach, they're literally everywhere because I think it's like a native tree that we grow here. But I see this and I think immediately of summer. Like, look at the tones. How is that not summer to you? You're gonna have those turquoise blues, the golden, the gold shades, the tan shades, the brown shades, the green shades. To me, it is literally looking at a tropical paradise. I love seeing these golden shades in here. I love seeing the turquoise blue and green shades in here, and I also love seeing the green shade. And I also love seeing like cool tone muted green shades in here. About this just reminds me of being like at a tropical beach where I can literally do like a beach inspired look right here. I can mix these two shades together to really do like a beachy vibe look. It's just so pretty. I really do love the tones in here. I love the shades in here. Like I said, when it comes to a summer palette, I look for golden shades. I look for the blues and the greens and the yellows and the tans. Just kind of all remind me of like summer colors. I guess because that's just what I'm used to seeing here. And that's what I get with this. You have the palm trees on the outside. You have these beautiful colors on the inside. I don't even know if the shades, I mean, I guess the shades kind of look like it. You have, I guess the shades are somewhat related to summer, but not necessarily. You could even use a little bit of this for fall right here, but I see beachy shades, I see palm trees, I see bright blue skies, I see Florida, I see just being at like a beautiful water park or at a resort, just having a cocktail in hand, book in hand, and just having a really good time. I see that with this palette right here. This palette just truly inspires me for the summer season, and I cannot wait to keep playing with it all summer long. So coming in number 1, we do have the Down to Earth palette from Simply Posh Cosmetics. I want to know from you guys, what are your top spring palettes and your top summer palettes? Like I said, it's been a while since I've done this particular video. I do fall and I do Halloween and I do winter and Christmas every single year, but it's been a minute since I've done the spring and summer, and I want to know from you guys, what are your top spring and summer palette? And if you guys agree with me on these ones, or if you guys say, yes, some of those palettes work and some of those palettes don't, I want to hear from you, so let me know in the comments below. But with that said, besties, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already. So I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head to my other channel. It's R for Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful page members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, besties, I love you. I'll see you guys in the very next video.